The Exorcist is considered one of the scariest movies ever made. Apart from this, during the shooting of this film, many strange and mysterious incidents happened with the film crew members and actors. So today in this video, we will bring the true story of the Exorcist movie in front of you all and reveal some very big secrets. The story of the Exorcist movie has been made by organizing some lost documents and the things told by a priest, who was present there at the time of these incidents. As we all know that this movie was released in the year 1973 and was a very big hit. Not only this movie is counted among the scariest movies till date. In the movie, we get to see that a 13-year-old girl's body is possessed by a devil. But actually this story is based on the events that happened in the year 1994, in which the body of a girl is not possessed, but the body of a boy named Roland. All these incidents started when a 52-year-old Roman Catholic priest named William Powder gets an unknown call one night. William was from St. Louis, Missouri, and this call was from one of his old friends, whose name was Raymond Bishop, who was also a priest himself. Bishop said that a woman has contacted him, and that woman believes that some unknown power has taken control of her son Roland. William was a priest for about 26 years, and he used to get letters or calls for many cases. But in some cases, the people who wrote the letter or called were frauds. Perhaps that is why William was suspicious for some time. But because this call was made by his own friend Bishop, William agreed to meet that family. After this, a meeting was held between William Bishop and the parents of this boy in a small house in St. Louis, in which they tried to get information about Roland. Roland's mother said that some strange things were happening with her son, which she was neither able to understand nor control. Roland's mother said that Roland is a very calm child, and his family is very close to each other. Roland is their only son, and since childhood, he has never been involved in any major trouble or accident. Roland was very close to his mother's sister-in-law, and her name was Miel. In January of 1949, Miel comes to meet Roland and brings a Ouija board with her. She teaches Roland to use it, and both of them keep trying to contact the spirits for hours. Roland's mother thought all this was childish and did not pay much attention to these things. Those of you viewers who do not know what Ouija board is, let me tell them that this is a kind of board game. By playing this, people can make contact with the spirits of the dead person. This is a very dangerous game, and many people have come under the grip of spirits due to this process, due to which their whole life has been ruined. So after this, the first mysterious incident happened on the 15th of January 1949. When this family started hearing the sound of water dripping every night. At first they thought that maybe some tap is leaking, but on checking the next day, they did not find any such leakage point in the whole house, and this sound of water dripping started being heard almost every night. On 26th of January, Roland's mother received a call late at night, from which she came to know that her sister-in-law Mela had died suddenly. This news plunged the whole family into grief, especially Roland, because he was very close to his uncle. The surprising thing here was that Mela did not have any disease, and this was a very surprising death. Just one day after this incident, along with the sound of water dripping, the sound of someone walking also started being heard in the house. At first this family thought that maybe this is some noisy poltergeist, but one day they saw a holy picture moving on the wall. It was as if someone was pushing this picture from behind. Just a day after this incident, many such incidents started happening, like things moving from their places, strange sounds coming, etc. But after this, something happened, which was very scary and mysterious. One night after Roland went to sleep, his bed started shaking loudly, and Roland started screaming out of fear. Hearing his screams, his parents came to Roland's room. But even then, the shaking of the bed did not stop for a long time. It was not an earthquake, because only the bed was shaking, and this scared the family a lot. On February 26, 1939, i.e. exactly 1 month after Mela's death, strange cuts appeared on Roland's body, and his parents immediately sent him to the doctor. The doctor said that Roland is completely normal, and perhaps he is doing such things due to puberty. But Roland's family realized that there is definitely something fishy, and this may be a paranormal activity. That very night they took out the Ouija board and tried to contact Mela's spirit. They could not make contact, but some new wounds definitely appeared on Roland's body. They contacted Lutheran, But he too could not help them, and Roland's condition was getting worse with every passing moment. Lutheran advised them to meet a Catholic priest and show their son to him, as it looked like a demonic possession. After this, the family called Raymond Bishop, who called William here. Hearing all these events, William promised to meet their child the next day, and the very next day William and Raymond reached Roland's house on time to meet him. On reaching there, they prayed to Holy, due to which Roland started suffering a lot, and he started making all kinds of scary sounds. Apart from this, many new injury marks started appearing on his body, some of which were symbols of the devil, and these prayers continued for the whole day. Father William had come to know that Roland was possessed by the devil, and now he would have to perform exorcism on Roland by becoming an exorcist. Father William asked Father Bishop to maintain a journal in which he would write every day's incident in detail, and now he was fully prepared for the process of exorcism. Both of them reached Roland's room and started the process of exorcism. During this process, Roland would push them, and both the fathers believed that his pushes had the strength of a strong young man, whereas he was just a 13-year-old child. On the third day of exorcism, at 1 o'clock in the night, Roland suddenly asked to open the window of the room, and then his body became calm. He started behaving completely normal, and Father William felt that perhaps the process of exorcism has been successful, and he returned happily from there. But this was a trick of the devil, and just 1 hour after the father left, that is at 2 o'clock in the night, he again took over Roland's body. At 3:15 in the night, Father William was called back, and the process of exorcism was started again. Roland was becoming very violent, and the power inside him was also increasing day by day. Due to repeated exorcism, the people living nearby were hearing voices, and all this was very disturbing for them. That is why Father William decided that he would take Roland to a Catholic hospital in St. Louis, which was run by the Alexian brothers, and there this process could be done properly without any disturbance. On March 22, 1949, Father Williams gathered some more priests so that he could take this process forward. One of those priests was Walton Halloran, who gave his statement to Discovery Channel, so that a documentary could be made on this story. He died on March 1, 2005 at the age of 83. He was quite young in 1994, and he saw all these things with his own eyes. He said that sometimes things would fly in the air and hit the walls, and during exorcism, Roland would abuse all the priests very badly and say some such dirty and disgusting things that I may not be able to tell you in this video. It was very difficult for Father Williams, because Roland used to say the filthiest things to him, which a 13-year-old child might not even know. He used to spit on these priests, hit them, and tried to hurt them in different ways. He even broke Father Halloran's nose by hitting him. Sometimes he used to even urinate on these priests. On the 3rd of March, Roland asked for a pen and notebook, and he wrote in it that I am the devil myself, and in 10 days I will give a sign. Now no one knew what kind of sign it would be. The process of exorcism tells us that an exorcist should never talk to the devil, and perhaps that is why Father Williams did not ask Roland anything further about this sign. Everyone knew that exorcism was not having any effect. That is why they started using a process called baptism on Roland. Baptism is also a process like exorcism, but in this positive powers are used more, and the subject is not forced much. As soon as the baptism process started, the child's condition started improving, but even now, his body was under the control of the devil. Roland now remained very calm throughout the day. He used to do weird things, only sometimes. Father William said that he was not able to remove the devil, but he was putting a Holy Spirit inside Roland, which would make him normal and calm. But one day, suddenly marks of wounds started appearing on his body. An exit was written on his chest. The father started baptism again, and it is believed that Roland used to talk sometimes in the voice of the devil, and sometimes in the voice of the angel, because there were the souls of both the devil and God in his body, and both of them were fighting with each other. And during this encounter, there was a very loud sound of something bursting, and the light went off. Within a few seconds, the light came back, and Roland was completely fine. He told the father that the devil had left his body. Everyone in the hospital heard this loud explosion-like sound. Folleron underwent the process of exorcism or baptism for about 28 nights, and on April 19, 1949, he went back to his home. Now he was completely fine. And he spent the rest of his life in a very comfortable and normal way. The real name of this child is Roland Doe. But this name was kept secret for a long time, so that no one could recognize him, and he could live his life easily. Still, these things came to the media, but Father Williams refused to give any statement on this. This process was seen by about 48 people, and yet the identity of this family remained completely secret. If you see its real documentary, then Roland has been changed to Richard. At present, no one knows which family it was in which all these incidents happened. If sources are to be believed, that boy is still living in the U.S. East Department, and he does not remember anything about these incidents. Father Williams died in the year 1983. Why did he never mention these incidents to the press or tell anything about it to the media during his lifetime? If we believe some modern doctors, then he was probably doing all these acts intentionally so that he could get some publicity, or he had some kind of mental illness. But the priest says that he kept this a secret, so there is no scope for publicity, and if he was mentally ill, then how did he suddenly get cured? Also, how did all these marks appear on his body? A movie was made on these incidents in 1973, named The Exorcist, and it was one of the most successful movies of that time. The crew members of the movie say that sometimes very mysterious incidents used to happen during the shooting of the movie, due to which all the crew members used to get scared, like sometimes someone falling, things getting broken, or a crew member having a small accident. It is said that after watching this movie, many people fainted out of fear, and many people used to go to the church and ask God for forgiveness for their sins. During that time in America, the confession rooms of the church used to be full. Even today, if you watch that movie, you will get goosebumps out of fear, although some things have been shown wrongly in the movie, and some things have been exaggerated. But still, this movie is one of my favorite horror movies. So friends, my question to all of you is whether you think that Roland was pretending, or a demon had really entered inside him.